So we are a team of 7 media students but you'll hear 4 of us
Hello.
right now.
Hello.
And we are here to teach you and to learn about conservation and what Chester Zoo does to protect the planet. So I am Eddie, and my favourite animal, I can tell you now, is a red panda.
Ooh.
Because they are
Aw.
so cute.
They are very
and,
cute.
They're just incredible. I love seeing them, and I love them. They're great.
I'm Archie. My favourite animal is an orangutan
Nice.
because, they're very cool and clever.
Yeah, they are.
I'm Molly, and my favourite animal is a cat because they're just silly all the time.
I'm Lauren, and my favourite animal is a meerkat.
Ooh.
They just they stand on their little 2 feet and
very-
they peer
yeah.
around and they're cute.
Yes, and we also have some students working behind the scenes. That includes Sammy, Alice, and Libby. So I will tell you why I want to do the podcast, and I'd also love to hear why you guys want to do
Yeah.
this podcast. I can tell you now that I feel like it's important to protect species because there's a massive species decline and also
Yeah.
threat of extinction. So I don't know much about it myself, but I'd love to learn from the experts that we'll be talking to, and just see how the everyday person can help prevent extinction, including myself.
Fabulous. I'm here because I'm interested in podcasting, and I wanted to expand my knowledge on what Chester Zoo does inside and outside of the zoo, and all around the world and everything.
So I'm here because I wanted to learn how to live more sustainably from the zoo. I also wanted to know what the zoo did for conservation because I had no idea.
I am here because, I love travelling and I wanted to do this to just learn more about what Chester Zoo does and how it works with communities all around the world and how it helps them out and things like that.
Hopefully we can give you, our listeners, some
Insight.
insight and some
You can
hope.
learn with us.
You can learn with us and what you can do to help conservation and
Start a
ultimately the world.
conversation.
And start a conversation.
Yeah, there we go.
So some places we're going to talk about will be obviously the UK, where we're all from.
What's everyone's
Include
place where they're most looking forward to?
Madagascar,
Madagascar.
definitely.
I'm quite interested in South Asia. I think that'd be quite
Fab.
fun.
I'm thinking Africa
Ooh.
because it's quite a big continent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is a big
there's a lot to
continent.
learn. Yeah.
What about you?
Probably the UK.
Yeah, I was
But
going to
since
say
we live
also the
here-
UK
Yeah.
as well.
I want to it'll be good to know what's around us.
What's happening
yeah.
at home?
I think
Mhm.
there'll be a lot of things that we
Yeah.
won't realise.
Have
Yeah.
we said stud books?
No, we
Oh,
haven't.
No.
Yeah.
See, we'll be learning about all these
Ooh.
things. You may not know what a stud book is, but you'll find out if you listen to this podcast. Okay, so one thing that we definitely will be doing in this show, we will be doing some games. And we have our very own game master, Archie.
Hello.
So, what have you got for us today,
What's
Archie?
on today's
So
agenda?
today I have a very special Chester Zoo general knowledge quiz.
Ooh.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It is. So,
Mhm.
first question.
Okay.
What year was the zoo started?
I
How
should know
old
this.
do you think it is?
I think it's over.
I would say over 50 years.
Yeah, I'd say
like
over
100.
70. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Really?
say.
What
I'm
does
gonna
that-
say.
Well, 100 years would be 1923.
I've not seen anything about 100 years at the zoo though.
Oh,
no
that's
age.
true. That is.
Could be on the cusp of that.
Perhaps I'm gonna guess about 80 years.
We'll go with 80.
80. Do you have
So
a
what
specific
year?
year or?
Specific year. Go 80 years back.
What's 80 years?
1940. That would be the 1940s.
So what, 1943?
1943. Yeah.
1943.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Although,
Yeah.
hold on,
Although the
no, that would be in
war-
the middle of World War II,
Yeah.
so a bit
Oh.
before that. So I'd say
1939, the World War II
so
started.
1938 is
Yeah.
just before the war.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
38.
Oh.
The zoo actually opened to the public
Mm-hmm.
on the 10th of June,
Oh, specific.
Mm-hmm.
1931.
Oh.
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 So close.
We were close. We were close.
It then became a charity.
Oh.
The North of England
Oh.
Zoological Society
Mm.
on the 8th of May,
Mm.
1934. So only
Oh,
3
I love
years
how it's
after
all
I
like
opened.
summary.
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
summary.
Thank you. What's the next question?
Next question. Who founded the zoo?
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh.
You think he had Chester in his name?
Oh. Who's called Chester?
Chester something.
Chester Zoo.
I don't know a name. Do you?
No.
Hmm.
Eddie, do you know a name?
There's a name on like the tip of my tongue.
I
And
know what
think I
you
know.
mean.
I've heard it before.
Right.
Was it like George something?
George Chester.
George
George
Chester.
Chester.
George Chester.
George Chester.
Mm.
So you got the first name, right?
Oh,
you're
George.
good.
George Mottershead?
Mottershead.
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 Sorry.
Oh.
George Mottershead.
George Mottershead.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Quite a unique name.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
is.
Stands out.
Yeah.
Mottershead.
Mm.
So,
Sounds like otter, sorry.
how many acres is Chester Zoo currently?
Oh.
That is
I'm not good
Are
at
we
that,
are we
like,
doing like the
perception.
actual
distance.
zoo?
No,
No.
neither.
Like you-
Acres.
I don't know what an acre is.
I know that it is quite big.
Can you give us like, is it in the tens, the hundreds?
Can you go
It's
to
in the hundreds.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Look,
Do you want to guess, and I'll give
I'm-
it to whoever's the closest.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna say 237.
Very specific.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 312.
Okay.
I'll say 260.
60. What was yours again? Sorry.
237.
237, 260,
312.
312. So
Seven.
you were the closest.
Oh.
Wow.
Is it?
So the zoo site is 128 acres, but
Okay.
then the land that the zoo owns
Right.
all across is 550 acres.
Oh,
Wow. That's
Wow.
So
huge.
it's- And originally, the zoo was only 9 acres.
Shocked.
9.
9
Nine?
acres.
Nine.
And now they're over 100.
Oh,
Oh wow.
wow.
How many animals are in the zoo?
Like,
Oh.
I'm going to say 500.
Oh no.
Is it the closest? Oh,
Should we do the closest
Yeah,
number?
go on, do the closest.
367.
I'm gonna go 6, 5, 8.
658.
Yeah.
So 500, 658, 367.
67.
You're the closest.
Ooh.
I'm a winner.
Oh.
How many is there? A
Over
zoo.
20,000 animals.
Oh
What?
20,000
way.
animals.
I
You
didn't
were
know
lower
that.
than it.
Okay, I underestimated
Yeah,
that a lot.
just a little.
Just a little bit.
Last question. Are you ready?
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay,
last
okay,
question,
okay.
drum roll.
This is the big one. What is the Chester Zoo's mission?
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
I remember, I
Mission.
think I've read this on
I-
a ranger's jacket.
Well, Ranger's jacket.
Yeah, a zoo ranger's jacket.
I
What was
mean,
it? Was like to stop extinction or something along those lines,
Something,
wasn't
yeah,
Oh.
like that.
it? Or like
I'll let them two go.
restrict
I don't- I
res-
don't- I don't-
extinction.
Yeah, restrict.
Restrict
Restrict
extinction.
extinction.
There's
That
some-
was
there's
a nice
some
name
word
to
like
it.
that.
It's
Don't
like,
restrict.
Restrict.
It's extinct.
Prevent.
Oh,
Prevent
is it
Prevent
prevent?
extinction.
Prevent.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
Prevent
actually?
extinction.
Is
Yeah.
that?
Prevent extinction.
That's all my questions.
Thank
Wow,
you.
Oh, we
thank you
got the
very
last
much,
one
You're welcome,
right.
you're
We
welcome.
won.
Yeah.
We won.
We are winners.
Yeah.
So yes, we are very happy to be here. We feel
We
very
are.
Yes.
good about
Definitely.
being invited to a podcast by
Yes.
Chester
I
Zoo.
know.
And we will be doing many things. Like we will be going to interview some
Experts.
Chester Zoo
Yeah.
experts. I personally am going to interview Kat Barton, and I'm going to be discussing things about palm oil because she's an expert in palm oil, and that'll be very interesting. And you are going to interview Holly,
Yes,
who is
I
a zoo
am.
ranger.
And
at
I'll
Chester Zoo.
also be interviewing Charlie,
Ooh.
who is a UK specialist, and also Jen, who is an elephant specialist as well, which is very interesting.
Me and
many
Archie,
more.
Can't wait.
we got to interview Katie, a rhino expert.
Ooh,
Very informative.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Talked about popcorn poop. It was
Oh.
interesting.
So yeah, that's very exciting. Look forward to all of this in the podcast. Each episode is going to be centered around a different topic, a different region, which Chester Zoo goes out and helps with conservation in each of those areas. So, like we said, Southeast Asia, South Asia, even here in the UK, and we will be learning more about what happens there and just a bit about the wildlife and the experts. So that's very interesting and
Yeah,
exciting.
very
Yeah.
interesting.
I can't wait.
So I'm going to go and interview Holly now, who is a
Ooh.
zoo ranger at Chester Zoo, and we're going to learn a bit more about the zoo and what they do and how they work and everything like that.
Well,
So, yeah.
enjoy.
Fun.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm here with Holly, a zoo ranger from Chester Zoo.
Hi.
Hi. So could you tell me about how Chester Zoo started?
Yeah, of course. So back in 1931, the zoo was actually founded by a man called George Mottershead. And George Mottershead essentially moved to Chester Zoo and started Chester Zoo from the Oakfield, which is still here in the zoo today. It's actually a pub that visitors can visit. And he built the zoo around Oakfield Manor. So it started as a very small zoo. And obviously over the years, it's just got bigger and bigger and bigger.
So, in terms of how it very first started, could you tell me a bit more about the evolution of zoos?
Of course, yeah. So quite a few, many years ago, in the 1800s, zoos actually started as a menageries, which is essentially an area that people will visit to visit animals. There was no kind of other reason to do that. And as the years have gone on, the kind of goal of a modern zoo has really, really changed. So there's been quite a few different eras, quite a few different kind of ways that zoos have changed. But the four main kind of goals now are research, recreation, education, and of course conservation as well, which is one of the main goals here at Chester Zoo. Is to prevent extinction of lots of different species. And kind of in places like Chester Zoo, we work with zoos from all over the world and also all over kind of areas in Europe as well to create conservation breeding programs to enable us to continue population numbers and be a real centre of excellence for conservation.
That's good. So what are Chester Zoo's plans for the future?
So we actually have just released something called the Conservation Master Plan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Tell us more
So
about
the Conservation Master Plan, so it sees the zoo kind of going in a direction of being more sustainable, the zoo itself, and also encouraging more people to live more sustainably as well. So one of our goals, for example, is to empower 10 million people to live more sustainably. And kind of it's up to them how they do it, but we're here to kind of encourage them to do that. Another kind of part of the Conservation Master Plan is to encourage sustainable waste streams as well. So we do that here already at the zoo by using things like solar panels and reusing wastewater. And we do that quite often in the penguin pool, which is really exciting. But we're kind of focusing on doing that more in the future as well. So
when you said you were teaching people to be a bit more careful, how do you mean, like, what could the people do?
So there's loads of different ways that people can be more sustainable in their everyday lives. Of course, recycling is a big one that lots of people talk about, using things like energy efficient light bulbs, which are all really important, but there are things that directly impact our wildlife, both here in the UK and also all around the world as well. Things like using sustainable palm oil, things like making sure that our paper that we use is FSC certified, and using MSC fish, which means that it's being caught sustainably. It means that it can not only protect the fish themselves, but also the animals that eat them as well. And then all together, we can work together to be able to prevent extinction of thousands of animals all over the globe.
That's really good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that was a very interesting discussion with Holly.
It was.
What were your guys' thoughts on that? I mean, Molly, what did you think?
Well, I was interested at how the zoo was founded in 1931,
Yeah.
and it's been around. The original manor at the
Yeah.
zoo is still there.
I
and you
love
can
the fact
visit
that it's
it.
still
Yeah.
there. I love the
It's
fact
a
that
pub
they've
now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Something like
Mhm.
that, yeah.
I love the fact that they've adapted it to
Yeah.
so it can still be remembered as that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What about you, Lauren?
Me, I really liked it when we were discussing the conservation master plan. I thought that really promoted the whole living sustainably. I thought that was really
Quite
really interesting.
inspirational.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
really inspirational.
So they want to support 10 million
10 million
people.
people.
Yeah,
10 million people.
10
Yeah.
million people to live
Mhm.
more
Yeah.
sustainably. And yeah, I think that was just really interesting. What did you think, Archie?
I thought the whole conversation was really good. I really liked the
Oh, the modern zoo
yeah,
goal.
the
right.
4 modern zoo goals. So research, conservation,
Recreation.
recreation,
Recreation.
and education.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think they're probably the main
They're very
factors of
important
today's.
as
Yeah, they
well,
are very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, very important.
How about you, Eddie?
So, I didn't know that zoos started out as menageries. They just
No,
started
me
out
neither.
as
No, me neither.
just as like good to go and see animals, and then
Yeah.
as time has gone on,
Yeah.
it's
Zoos
like
have,
included.
progressed.
Yeah,
It's progressed
Yeah.
and gone on to
adapted.
conservation, and there's still that recreational aspect of going out.
But
having
then
your day
it
out.
still
Yeah.
helps animals all around the planet.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
It's
all of
amazing.
those, even just going out and having a day out, that's helping conservation and helping.
Yeah,
Fantastic, really.
I think
Yeah.
that it's really good.
Do you guys think that's good that they're planning so far ahead?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that it
it's
is
always
really
great
good.
to be ahead of everything.
Yeah.
Organised.
Do you think that do you think that why do you think that's good, basically? Like, why is
Well-
that such a good thing? That's
So I
Um,
remember she said encourage sustainable waste, like with solar panels.
Panels. Solar panels.
I think it's a thing that everyone can do.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe not now, but eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that doesn't force people
No, it gives
there and then.
time to get-
It gives a broad
Yeah.
time. It's not like something that needs to be rushed or any. Well, I mean, it does have to be rushed, but you're still giving people that
They've
necessary
got pace
time.
to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, if you want to put solar panels on your roof or whatever, it does take a lot of money and stuff. So it gives people the time to save up for things like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Things like that, it's really good.
And hopefully within the future, maybe things could be at a better price.
Yeah, hopefully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I personally think that Holly gave us a good base to learn for the rest of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think that it was really good to know the history of the zoo and how it
Yes.
started, and then that way we get a bit more of a better understanding
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
it. What do you guys think?
Well, she brought up sustainable palm oil, and that's a thing I've been wanting to learn about for a
Yeah.
while. So
I'm intrigued about that.
I'm ready to learn about it.
Yeah,
me
What
too.
about you, Archie?
I like how they're trying to encourage recycling and getting everyone
Yeah.
to use energy efficient light bulbs.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the first step to a big change.
Yeah, a small
Mhm.
one, but
Yeah.
it's an easy one.
Yeah.
There was also one about paper being FSC
Approved.
certified,
Yeah.
approved, which I thought it's something that you don't think about. I mean, you
No,
buy
you just
paper,
grab
you
paper
just
and
grab
go.
paper.
Paper, but
Yeah,
it has more meaning to it.
it does have a lot more meaning to it,
Exactly.
which I thought was a fun little fact.
Yeah. I think it gave us a bit of insight on what people can do to help, and
Yeah.
like you say, how to live more sustainably and how to use those ideas and use those suggestions,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it gives people suggestions of what to do to live more sustainably, like solar panels and
Yeah.
recycling.
What are you guys going to do now that you've heard that? I'm just intrigued by this. What are you guys going to do now?
Yeah, it's given us the hunger to
Ooh.
learn.
Yeah,
more.
how has it inspired you? What are you going to...
I think once I sit through all the interviews and things, I'm gonna really sit back and think about everything that I could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you've got the most knowledge at the
Yeah.
end of that.
Well, that was incredible. I'm happy to learn, and I hope that we are all happy to learn.
Yeah.
I think we're all
Yes,
happy to
I
learn.
am.
Definitely.
And we want
yeah,
you-
I'm
I'm
excited.
ready.
We want you to learn with us. So you know,
Follow along with us.
follow along
Follow our
with us.
journey.
And remember to share the podcast, to like or subscribe or do whatever you need to do to follow us and join us. And also remember to visit the website.
Yes,
There's a
visit
lot of
definitely
important,
visit
so
the
much
crucial
more
website.
information.
on there. Mhm. And we can't wait for you to join us around the world.
Around the
So-
world, yeah, we are going around the
Yeah.
world.
So we will see you. Listen to the following episodes.